Well, alright guys, how are y'all doing tonight? This is Luke back here with another video. Tonight we're doing an album versus album, and tonight we're going to be having a little battle between two amazing depressive black metal bands and two DSBM albums that I absolutely fucking love. We got Internal Darkness, Raped Body, Raped Mind versus Dodsferd, Suicide and the Rest of Your Kind Will Follow. So if you guys have not heard either of these bands, I'm going to give you a brief history of both of these bands right now. Internal Darkness is a depressive suicidal black metal band formed in 2017 in New Jersey. While there are 80 plus black metal bands in the state, Internal Darkness is one of the only 4 bands to be given the depressive black metal label. Originally, the band started as a one-man project under the name Fading Existence and recorded 2 original songs and 3 covers from March to August of 2017, all of which were only shown to friends. Iridum, who called himself Crate at the time, renamed the project Internal Darkness, and in late September 2017 released the project's first demo, and then the following month Iridum's older material was eventually revealed and released in a compilation album called Fading Existence and the Covers 2017 to 2018, and it was independently released on July 11, 2019. And now Dodsferd, on the other hand, is also a depressive suicidal black metal band formed from Greece. And the project was formed in 2001 by Wrath as a one-man black metal project. And Dodsferd has released 2 demos and 8 full lengths and 6 splits, all including Desecrating the Spirit of Life, Fucking Your Creation, Cursing Your Will to Live, Death's at the Beginning of My Journey, Suicide and the Rest of Your Kind Will Follow, which is the album we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight, Spinning with Hatred and Incitements of Life, and A Breed of Parasites. And lastly, The Parasitic Survival of the Human Race. Now, without further ado, let's get into this battle, shall we? Holy fuck, man. Internal Darkness with Raped Body, Raped Mind is a fucking masterpiece. And there's no denying that. As I said in my review of this album that got released in my last video, this shit is so dark, filled with sadness, hatred, and despair, that it can even at times be compared to bands and albums such as Silencer's Death Pierce Me. With Dodsferd, on the other hand, we also have a very dark release filled with suffering, hatred, pain, sadness, despair, and misery. Now, Internal Darkness opens with the 2 tracks, Raped Body and Raped Mind, which were both supposed to be released as one full track. So for this instance, since Dodsferd only has 2 tracks in the album, we'll put these 2 Internal Darkness tracks together. Now, these 2 tracks start off Raped Body and Raped Mind, and you can instantly tell Iridum is not fucking around and that he is very depressed and in his darkest state whilst recording this album, and it's about the experience of being abused and the misanthropy, the feeling of someone in control of you and you have no control over yourself and you can't do absolutely any fucking thing about it. This track is amazing and it's probably one of my favorites off the record, and it definitely serves as an amazing intro to this trip you're about to take into a raped mind and being stripped of innocence. And the track Raped Mind, on the other hand, which is another incredible track in the record that talks about the loss of innocence and the regret of trauma you get from it. And this track is just as good as the first track, and towards the end of this one you can hear Iridum screaming over and over, "Let me die, let me die." And this in of itself is bone-chilling as all hell. Now let's talk a little bit about Dodsferd, shall we? Dodsferd is a Greek black metal band. While this Greek black metal scene does not have many bands in it, at least I haven't heard many other bands from it. I've only heard like Rotting Christ, Legion of Doom, and Dodsferd so far. But I gotta say, Dodsferd is fucking amazing. They started out with a very much rock/punk influenced style of black metal. One could refer to this band as a black and roll band, but this album, Suicide and the Rest of Your Kind Will Follow, is certainly not that. This album is a depressive, suicidal black metal album, and a damn fine one, I must say at that. There are only two long-ass tracks on here, Suicide and the Rest of Your Kind Will Follow, and His Veins Colored the Room. The first track is about 20 and a half minutes long, while the next one is shorter, and it's a track of about 16 and a half minutes long. Only about 4 minutes shorter than the first, and the title track is absolutely breathtaking, I must say. It's the whole reason to really give this album a listen. It's a little bit, it's repetitive, depressing, melodic, and atmospheric. The title track is pure gold. While it can certainly seem to drag on for some time, to me, the repetition is what makes DSBM such a great genre. One, however, must be patient in order to listen to this song. It's not really for the average listener or fans of aggressive, fast Marduk style of black metal. This one is more for fans of bands like Wolves in the Throne Room or Drowning the Light, repetitive, hypnotic, and atmospheric. And that takes us back to Internal Darkness with the track A Reflection Now Ruined, which is another amazing track that continues this fucked up journey of regret and hatred. This track also seems to touch more and more on betrayal and helplessness. Lastly, we also have the track from Iridim, Genophobic Elimination, which is Iridim talking about betrayal, regret, and helplessness. This track also picks more back up on screams near the end, which adds more of the hatred and misanthropy to end out this track. And then it is followed by a Zaster cover to end out this amazing fucking record. And now the next and last track we have for Dodsferd is His Veins Colored the Room, which basically follows in the same vein. Monstrous, atmospheric, and bleak as fuck. Not too much different from the first one. It is truly a great listening experience. It's like swimming in a freezing river before hypothermia sets in. Well, all in all, this is a great album. It does have its back draws. However, one would be ironically, it's how much the album repeats. Sure, it is important for the record, but I think the songs could have been cut to like 10 minutes a piece or so. The problem is not that the songs drag, they could just be shortened and still get their musical idea across. Also, maybe one or two more tracks would have been better to have on the album, as, the album is about 37 minutes in length, which I would consider an average length for a black metal album. The production, I would say, is raw yet clear, and the vocals are painful as fuck. And this is, I guess, all in all, you could say a solid DSBM album. While these albums are both amazing and I love them both dearly, I have to admit that I cannot help but have the slight edge towards Internal Darkness, as it just gives me such a Silencer vibe, as Iridim was so fucked up in the head whilst recording this one. Still, though, both of these albums are good, and as I said again, I only have a slight edge for Raped Body, Raped Mind. But still, guys, I highly encourage you and recommend you to check out both of these bands and albums, as you cannot go wrong with either of these fucking releases. Anyways, guys, this has been Luke. I hope you all are having an amazing day. And if you would like to join me or Chaos's Discord server, the links to those will be down in the description below for those as well. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Take care, stay positive, and have a fucking good one. Peace.